What's up, everyone? We are here today with a brand new build. It's going to be a Firecaster build. Today we're going to be aiming for that hot streak, the main thing I've been playing with WoW for years and years and years, basically ever since I started, is the hot streak fire mage. Basically, you crit as many times as possible with your fire mage abilities, and if you get 2 crits in a row you get an instant fire blast or pyroblast. So what that does, that pyroblast does a ton of damage and leaves a dot. And so what we're doing, we get the fireball, the fire blast, the life tap for that mana struggle, and the summon imp for future spell damage increase with this demonic knowledge, and the fire damage increase with the imp. So just an array of skills. We have Fire Blast. I usually go with Immolate for something with this build, and but since we're doing PvP leveling, I wanted something that could be spammable instead of hitting Immolate and then Fire Blast and then just standing there with my pet attacking. So getting that active Fireball over and over and over again is good. We did card a few abilities. We have 2 powerhouse offensive cooldowns with Icy Veins and Arcane Power, and if we're able to pop that immediately, hit Living Bong, which I also have carded, and then just spam Scorch, we are going to do a ton of damage and possibly get a ton of crit. So what we're going to do with our new character duel is we're going to immediately start leveling. A level 12? You know what? Arcane Missiles is usually good. Shadowward Pain's really good for dot spreading and BGs. I might have to pick that up, but I'm afraid I'll go into a bunch of others. You know what? I'm gonna go with it. I could always get it out. We have 2 dots now, but we also have a spammable dot, so get out there, get that Curse of Agony up, throw that Shadowward Pain, and then just spam Fireball and Fire Blast. And that hit me hard. So he hit level 14 in the same time span. Arcane Explosion's decent. I guess we'll just grab that because everything else is usually it's not that great. I'm just gonna keep attacking this level 19. Hopefully I can kill before. Oh, he's definitely get that heal off first. Curse of Agony is about to fall off. Oh, and he hits level 12, unfortunately. Or 20. Yeah, there's no way I'm getting past that. Small bug there. I'm not going to focus on him. If he comes up behind me, I'm going to keep an eye on him. Looks like somebody has that fireball. Those 3 fireballs coming in. Or that might be just straight up incinerate. I'm not 100% certain. Looks like they might overwhelm us soon. So I hit level 15. That is my chance to put on my 2 trinkets and start blasting this temporal shift. Now this is going to do an absolute ton of damage. Unfortunately, I can't change any of my talents right now to kind of benefit this temporal shift, but we're quickly getting through this, and this is going to do so much damage. And that didn't do much at all, if I'm being honest. 90? Gonna die here most likely since I'm getting overwhelmed. And that leveled, unfortunately. Okay, we're on back. We're just gonna put up our dots and then spam Fireball, or we might be able to put... Looks like this level 12 ding. See how much this Temporal Blast hits for. Solid 91. That's not terrible. And my dot's gonna tick down. Hopefully I can catch up to him. It's not, and this level 18 is gonna do a massive amount of damage as I level there. Awesome. I'm just gonna spam Temporal Blast then. Hit that racial buff, get that extra damage, and hopefully that kills. That does kill. Let's see what we get for level 16. Resurrection and backstab. Nothing. Just gonna take that resurrection. Level 20 just beating on some people. That's not cool. I'm being 100% honest. See if we can get off this Temporal Blast. Does a ton of damage as he gets range. And that cancellation is huge. As we hit level 18, let's see what we get. And a Freedom Slowfall. Again, nothing huge. Really, we don't get anything until level 20 or 22. With it being a Fire Blast and Icy Veins. And then Arcane Power a little bit later. So I need to cap as much as possible. And that's level 20. That is super unfortunate. As we get that Icy Veins, and we should get Power Blast next level. And unfortunately, I was not recording for that, so we queued into the Sarathi Basin and I turned level 22, which got us the Pyroblast ability here. And you can see it here as well. And what fortunately we're able to do, we have 3 Hands of Fate here, and since we're level 22, we can unlock the Scorch ability possibility, but it looks like we didn't get anything here. I'm not going to mess with any of the rares or epics right now, because we're basically all we need is that Scorch ability. And we're not getting anything here again. Drain Life, don't need. Exorcism, don't need as well. I'm going to go down here as we're trying to do this. The last Hand of Fate at level 22, it's our best bet. And they're all normal, so it's possible. Exorcism, I have Kilrog. But we will go with the heal since we haven't got a heal yet. And we're able to get rid of Arcane Explosion there. So we got a heal. Unfortunately, we did not get the Scorch, and it looks like we already have the space. And it looks like we keep capping things and not staying there. But we'll keep trucking along, see what we can do. Temporal Blast, see how much damage this does as a cat jumps into the fray. Gotta love to see those other cat forms. I'm a feral druid at heart. Level 24. You get that Fell Domination. Wow. Interesting. I've never really seen that, and this level 30 is going to try and attack me, unfortunately. So I'm going to cast Icy Veins and just spam this. I guess we're just going to grab the Healing Wave. And I level again, just trying to take down this level 30. Getting so much XP with this aura, and it's insane how much XP we're getting. And we might be able to 5-cap if I'm able to do this. And yep, that'll do it. So we all gotta push farm right now for us to go. Level 23. Get that healing way off. Fireball for the tick, and then just cast that Temporal Blast. He thinks he's gonna juke me, but he's not. As I get that level 20, and they all spawned in my face. Get that level 26 though. Let's see what we get. Frost Armor, Lay on Hands. Unfortunately, nothing extremely good. That Fortitude's helpful, so I'll grab it. These people are telling other people level 30 to go away in the chat. So we hit level 28 with that one kill of the AFK player. Inner Fire. There's an armor ability that's interesting, but we're just gonna grab the Earth Shock. It's an instant cast that I can just throw up when need be. There we go, level 30. So it looks like we have a collection for that. I'm not sure what that was. Level 30, we got Vampiric Embrace. That's super interesting. I'm just going to go with the Teleport Moonglade and leave the Battleground. We're going to hit those last level 30 Hand of Fates and see if we can get that Scorch again. 3 more skills. This low level with that less skills gives us more chance to get that Scorch ability. And like I said, that is the very last thing that I essentially need for this build to be complete. Nothing again. Last one. Let's see if we get that Scorch ability. Come on, come on, come on. Wild Breathing Scorch. There it is. that locks it up, and I get rid of that lesser healing wave. And that basically scores us into this ability. We can put Scorched Earth right there with everything. So now we'll be able to cast and do a ton of damage. I'm going to reset all of my abilities. Spec totally into fire damage. I may be able to go into demonology. Nope, we can't get into the Master Demonologist or the Demonic Knowledge yet. But we are going to go full on this. Improve Scorch. We want that critical mass. We want the impact. We want Ignite as well. What we could do is take away from this and go into something like Arcane Mind to give us a little bit more damage at this low level. I actually might take that out of Impact since we don't really need that stun, and we need that intelligence and spell damage at such a low level. But with Living Bomb and Arcane Power going up, we basically only go up from here. Well, that'll do it for this session. Let's move on to the next battle. Just spamming that Scorched Earth does so much damage. Look at that, 54% of my damage right there with Curse Agony. And Shadow Word Pain doing a decent amount of damage, but as we hit level 31, just that Scorched Earth does so much, and we're able to avoid a lot of issues and problems of those melee classes by being able to move. Just applying those 2 dots that I have and then just spamming Scorch Earth is just absolutely wonderful. As that person leveled from that kill, it's a wonderful Night Elf racial right there. As it looks like I may fall into some issues right here. Let's see what we do. So we've gotten a bunch of helpful things right now. As I'm tossing Icy Veins to see if we can... Oh, he is doing so much damage. Holy cow. He's got to be doing double down. It looks like he's double down Wind Fury. Yeah, that'll do a ton of damage on Clothwares, so I don't think there's much else I can do about that. But what I was going to say is, moving forward, what we need to look out for, since we have most of our cool abilities being Scorch, Power Blast, Icy Veins, and Arcane Power once we hit level 40, is we need to... Our legendaries that we're looking for. Moon Conform is huge with that 3% crit rating for Moon Conform, and we can get improved Moon Conform for extra haste and extra crit for our party members. But there's also other legendaries that we need to use for typical casters like Blink or Disengage. Disengage is very helpful, especially for my build, since I'll be able to disengage and cast at the same time. But there are also other epics that we want to help us be more defensive, something like a Blast Wave or something of those sorts. And I'm going to go up against this guy again and most likely lose. And yeah, he's just hitting me for so much damage. There's no way I'm living through most of his attacks. I'm really low. I get a heal, luckily. Ooh, level 32 off of that. Let's see what we get. Again, we're looking for a lot of epics and legendaries now. We might not want to look for a full legendary until somewhere around 40 so we can get Moon Conform. But Moonfire is a decent ability. It's another dot I can use as well as that, but there's also the possibility of getting Sunfire. So I'm not sure of how useful Arcane Intellect will be. We could use it, but I'm going to go into Moonfire just because it's another great ability for... This person has cat form. Wow, this guy is definitely moving mountains and molehills. to get kills. Immediately after getting stomped last game, we immediately pop into this one where we're winning by a significant margin and there's aura. So hopefully I can come in, get a few kills, get well over, maybe past 40. That'd be a neat. There we go. That's the end of the game there, and we jumped up to level 36, so this should be level 34. Unfortunately, nothing great. I don't want to go too deep into the Shadow Priest tree, so we're just going to grab Conjuring Food. And we got a blue here, Portal Mastery. Healing Touch is pretty decent. It's an incredible heal compared to everything else, but it looks like we're not getting too many great rolls. But that jumped us up to 36. We can immediately jump back into a battleground. Guy casting Rain of Fire. Oh! Level 38. Getting close to level 40. I'm falling back. Well, I'm gonna die. Yeah. Hunter's gonna push, I'm gonna die. Because he has a personal vendetta. 38. About nothing. Divine Protection. Which is useless for a caster. Fucking Eye of Kilrog. Stupid warlock ability. Level 40. Arcane Power. Nice. Alright, level 40. This is where we unlock that Moonkin form, so we're gonna roll some Hands of Fate right now. See if we can get that Moonkin form. Let's see. Bloodthirst, Water Breathing, Searing Pain. That's another one that can be that Scorched Earth build. That might be an interesting build to do future. Be a good dot build with Searing Pain. I'd definitely be interested in doing something like that. We're gonna see what else they have. Come on, we need a legendary. We're getting awful rolls if I'm being 100% honest. They're straight up bad rolls. We got Scorch, but everything else has been carded. We got Arcane Power. Ghost Wolf isn't terrible, but we still would prefer that Moonkin form. Basically, I'm not going to accept a legendary until I get Moonkin form. There's an epic there. Let's see what that is. Silence. That is actually huge. His silence is actually absolutely wonderful. And we'll easily get rid of Earthshock right there. Silence is absolutely huge, and we can spec into that for it to silence a little bit more. Unfortunately, this is a talent compared to other kicks, such as Counterspell or Wind Shear. But silence is absolutely wonderful, and I don't have to talent into it being a absolute kicking a school cast for 3 seconds as well. So we can just leave that silence out there, and it kicks the person and prevents them from casting spells for 3 seconds. So not just any spell, it's all spells. So that's really good to have, to be honest, especially for a PvP build. Gonna have a cut there because an expletive was set on screen, but since we have the Arcane Power and the Icy Veins, which I believe I can cast and put into a one-shot macro-esque type thing, put that on my board, cast it, see what happens, and I get Icy Veins and Arcane Power as shown here. So that's wonderful. We can spam Scorch and still get that Pyroblast. And with Silence, absolutely wonderful, especially since it kicks all casts for a while. So it's really good for hybrid builds as well as other caster builds running into those. Unfortunately, that really kind of hinders the fire mage build, especially if I get the moon conform. It seems a lot of the abilities I have need a talent point, so that is one thing I do need to watch out for. But other than that, other abilities we're looking for besides the moon conform, something like a blast wave, another knockback such as thunderstorm is really helpful. There's also disengage, which I can use. But I think will be it. Let's jump back into BGs. And there it is, level 60. So we get that living bomb, which is so crucial to this build, and we're able to lead. That was an amazing battleground for us. 13 and 3, doing so much damage. And as you saw, I was able to throw together a little bit of a montage for that leveling process. I was curious if that was going. A lot of the battlegrounds we were doing, grinding between 40 and 60, was just a lot of high levels, just hard hitting us as much as possible, and it was gruesome. I wouldn't want to put a lot of people through that, and we don't have many marks of Ascension as this isn't my main, so we're not building a lot, but we can get quite a few with this. I think we can get 2 or 3 Hand of Fate turn-ins, these Specialization 1. I think we could do 2 more. Nope, 1 more. Okay, so we have 12 Hands of Fate and 10 sealed cards. We got a bunch of gear from my main currently, so our bonus damage was extremely high and our intellect was extremely high, so we'll go through this, see what we can do. Hopefully we can get Moon Conform. Hopefully we can get a few more epics to kind of be defensive. We're looking for more something along the lines of Frost Nova, maybe Psychic Scream or Psychic Horror. Any other interrupt besides Silence would be helpful as well, because Silence does not interrupt players. So as you can see in the description, non-player victim spellcasting is also interrupted. So we may be able to want to roll a new one, but we'll see. Let's start it going. Blizzard and Innervate. Nothing really big here. We'll see. Next one. Nothing again. Rejuvenation, that's a pretty good epic, but I don't see us using it in some time in the future. We'll get rid of Holy Wrath since we have the Flame Shock. Honestly, this wouldn't be a terrible build for the Chain Lightning build as well. As you can see, if we go to our Shaman abilities, we have Chain Lightning, we have Earth Shock, Flame Shock, we have Healing Wave, and we have Thunderbolt. So if we get Moongenforn, this could be an awesome, straight up awesome Chain Lightning build as well. So we have a slight change of plans. As you can see, I got this item from my main. What this does is items Tome of Specialization 2. What that does is unactivates Specialization 2, and basically I get to re-roll all of my skills from 1 to 60 with a brand new specialization. So we're going to hit that, and it's going to be a bit laggy as we might be able to go into here and hit our Specialization 2. And we're going to have the same carded items. We're going to be able to roll through absolutely everything and re-roll the first 4 items as well. So let's make sure we have our re-rolling item in Vanity. Let's get this item, get that draft deck. Make sure we get that. We don't have the spell draft deck. That might be a problem. We may have to go looking for that. Nope, we can just hit the dealer's draft deck. So we're gonna get off those first 4 skills real quick, and then we'll get back to where we're going. Since we don't need a thing, I can start off with Immolate instead of the Fireball, or I can guarantee something else. Since we're not going to be leveling through something else. Something like Moonfire or Corruption. There's that summon imp that we need. And after these 4 abilities, we can start with Healing Touch. That would be a good one to start with. Blessing of Wisdom would also be a good one to start with. But guaranteeing these first 4 with all of being level 60, as you can see right here, with no abilities. This is a really fun way to get through a new specialization. As you can see, we have 10 of these, or 7 of these. I thought there were 8 of them. Wow, I was completely off on all of that. But we could start with almost anything at this point, and since we go through all levels, all 60 levels, all of these, we need that life tap. We basically start off with anything we want. There's that sprint, awesome legendary ability. And I'm not sure, but I think everything is weighted. I'm not sure if I can roll Moongenforn before I hit the level 40 cards. So I'm not sure. We'll have to test that and see what abilities shop up. And that Fire Blast is absolutely necessary. This kind of tells us evasion would be huge, actually, but this wouldn't guarantee that we get other abilities such as Frost Nova, which is essential to a caster build. But evasion is super helpful. You know what? I'm going to go with the evasion, and that gives us 4 abilities, and it's going to get us into the rest of the build. So let's just go through them and see what we get. Fireball, great ability. Shield Bash and Righteous Fury. Teleport Moonglade's also helpful. Gritter Hill. Moonfire is awesome. That gives us Sunfire with the Sunfire Trinket ability, which I had during that last. Basically, it turns into an AoE fire damage attack. Armor, Cure Disease, and Faint. Faint is actually really good for PvP. Oh no, I'm thinking of Feign Death. Never mind. Cure Disease would be helpful since it's an uncommon ability. There's our Icy Veins card. this should be our Pyroblast card. Unfortunate that we don't get Aspect of the Monkey. There's a level 24 ability. We're going to go ahead and take that Frostbolt. Slowfall Evocation. That is interesting. I'm trying to think of a rare ability that we could get. I don't think Evocation is the top tier. Something like Conjure Mana Gem, or even something along the lines of Create Firestone would be better. So I think we're just going to go for the Slowfall. Water Breathing is a good throwaway spell. Divine Protection and Fear. Some really good abilities here, but I'm gonna have to eat this talent point here because I don't want to pick a legendary until I get that Moonkin form. Hammer and Heroic Strike Shadow Bolt. We're gonna have to go with that. Lightning Bolt's always a good ability to get. Mana Burn, Mind Fight, Execute. I'm gonna have to go with Execute. Unfortunately, this might get me into warrior abilities, but it's really good. Flame Shock is a great ability. And this is our level 40 as we get that arcane power. It doesn't look like we can get higher level abilities as we go through, so each level, so right now I'm technically level 40. So we'll get that arcane power. This will be level 2. Now we're looking out for the Moonkin form. Ice Block. Not a terrible thing, but not useful for this build. Soothe Animals, a good throwaway. Shadow Burn, Lava Lash. Unfortunately, 2 abilities. I'm going to have to go with Lava Lash so I don't go into the Warlock abilities. Lightning Shield, Chain Lightning's always good. Lightning. Dark Pack. Wow, that's an interesting ability to see. And that's really unfortunate. We're getting a lot of talent abilities. I don't want to take any rares because that decreases our chance of other rares. Soulfire, that's a good ability. We could do the Soulfire Hot Shriek on this build now. Shadow Whip Pain. Innervate again, we see that. Mind Vision's gonna throw away. Berserker Stance, Divine Illumination. That's a great paladin ability. And we'll just have to take the... And this is our level 60 as we get that Living Bong. Unfortunately, again, we do not see the Moonkin form. Well, that's super hurtful. That is basically 2 level 60 pulls and 1 video, and we're absolutely not able to get anything useful. Having 0 legendaries and 0 CC is absolutely detrimental to builds like this, especially PvP builds, and mainly we're making these builds to be arena and battleground. But I think that'll wrap it up for today's video, and we'll be able to move on to the next ability. If you want to see me Prestige once more, I mean, we've done 2 rolls of this. If you want to see me Prestige once more to try and get others, or if you would like me to see my main, which is a very similar to this, but he does have Frost Nova, Thunderstorm, and Psychic Scream, as well as a counterspell as well. For those arena matches, I do love to spam arenas on that character. If you want to see those arena matches, I'd be more than willing to oblige. But if you like the videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, I'm sure you noticed, but this build doesn't have Scorch. So yeah, Spec 2 is definitely going to need to be rerolled.